Welcome back, everybody. Today we're playing more Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. And this time, we're gonna stop being weak sauce. We're gonna pick up a custom party. Just gonna crush the hardest difficulty. I've actually planned a lot. I think this planning took me like 3 or 4 hours yesterday to plan out this party. I tried to think about everything. There might be something that I missed with this party. But I think this party is close to the optimal party that I can have in this game. I'm gonna unveil this masterpiece. No! Expedition Street, that's not what I want to cast. That's fine. Okay, so here we are. From Highlore we can recruit. We talked about that last time. So we're gonna go to Highlore and... Okay. So what? I have a list. I'm even having a list of things I need to think about here when I create these characters so I don't miss anything. So first of all, we need to think about camping. Oh, well, of course we need to think about combat, but we need to also work in camping, because there's like 2 sides of this game right now. There's camping, which is actually very important. Before, camping wasn't important at all. Essentially, in the last game, the best strat, the reason why we used so many Sylvan Sorcerers, we only used Sylvan Sorcerers last time, and it worked out great. And the reason was, it was a good thing to sleep, because everyone resurrected, everyone healed up to full, you just wasted your strongest spells, which dealt the most damage in the game. There's no way of dealing more damage than the spells, unless you have someone... I guess no, that's not true. In the late game, you can actually buff up characters to deal more damage than spells, but it's difficult, and so on in the late game. So the best tactic in that game was just throwing all the good spells at them and resting thousands and thousands of times. In this game, this is decentralized, and I think that's a good thing, because that makes you have to think a little bit more about your party and not just have one type of character. You actually need multiple type of characters, because in this game there's a system called the corruption system, which means that the more you sleep, the more corruption you get. You can get less corruption when you sleep, but you cannot get 0 corruption. But you can get less corruption if you have someone who's very good at lore religion. Something which was completely useless in the last game, having lore religion. I can't remember a single lore religion check that was useful in the last game. Maybe there was, but I can't remember. So that's something. And of course, everything with camping now has a skill check to it. So you need to have people who can pass all these skill checks. So you actually need the skills. In the last game, the only thing you needed was perception. Perception is still good in this game, but you need other things. So you don't only need perception in this game, which I think is kinda good. So we're gonna need stealth. I've written it down here. Stealth we're gonna need for camouflage, camouflaging the camp when we camp. We're gonna need knowledge. Let's see, knowledge world for alchemy. That's when we alchemy and creating food and potions. And then we need perception for the night watch. So we need to squeeze that into our party. That's one thing. Next thing is we want to sleep. In the last game we wanted to sleep as much as possible, just deal as much damage as possible. We still want to deal as much damage as possible, but we want to do that sleeping as little as possible. And I just tried a lot of different combinations and different characters and stuff like that. And I think I found the combination which needs to sleep the least of all combinations of characters that you can put together. So first of all, I thought maybe I should do a cleric that heals, or like have multiple clerics. But that wasn't the best way of doing things, because the cleric is gonna run out of heals really quickly and need to sleep. So instead, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a kineticist, because one of the characters we're gonna use. We're gonna just get 2 kineticists. The kineticists are going to be blood kineticists. Blood kineticists are insane, because blood kineticists can deal damage which cannot be... They deal half the damage with their blasts. We're gonna talk about kineticists later, I think, because there's like a whole lot of discussion talking about kineticists. Let's just jump in and create one character. And I think I'll explain while I do this, because else it's gonna be like me talking for 5 hours here. Okay. I need brave and experienced fighter. 2,000 gold. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. Am I recording? I am recording. Okay, it's already I'm ranted for 4 minutes. I'm sorry. But there's a lot to keep in mind there. We're gonna select this portrait height here, because I think it fits with what we're doing here. We're actually doing a hunter, a character I did not expect to include in this party, but the hunter is actually amazing because there is a subclass of hunter called Divine Hunter. What is a hunter? A hunter is like a ranger, but more focused on their animal companion, essentially. So they're really good. Animal companions were amazing in the last game, and they're amazing in this game also. So the Divine Hunter, they all are a little bit different, of course, all the different subclasses. But the Divine Hunter, if I can see it here, come on. Okay, I can see it there. They get a domain selection. That just blew my mind. If you see any character getting a domain selection, that just makes it 100 times better. What I look for when I look for characters is what spells can they cast, because that's usually a very good indicator on how good they are. Unless I guess you're creating a fighter character, but rarely I will be doing that on the hardest difficulty. What spells do they cast? Do they have an animal companion? And do they have a domain selection? Because animal companion domain selection just makes the character so much better immediately. We get the domain selection insane. We get an animal companion insane. And we get druid and ranger spells. Yeah. Hunter, Divine Hunter, kinda good. Can highly recommend this class. So with this, what we're gonna go with? We're gonna go with ASMR. And we're gonna go with, let's see, we need dexterity and we need wisdom, which I think is, yes, Plumkith. Plumkith Garuda Blooded. We could also go, actually, Constitution Wisdom. We could go Lawbringer also. It doesn't matter too much because the dexterity is actually, I think we'll go Lawbringer with this one. We're gonna have two of these guys, anyways. And then we're gonna go Smilodon because it's still the best pet. In the future, they're going to include the dinosaurs, and they're probably gonna have some amazing stuff. It doesn't matter in the late game though, because we're probably gonna do the same thing as we did last game. Where when you get to the later game, we're just gonna transmute whatever animal companion we have, which is all gonna be Smilodons anyways, but we're gonna transmute them into dragons anyways. It's just hilarious, and I love it when you get to that stage of the game. You have a lot of dragons running around in front of you. Okay, we're gonna go Era still, because of course Era still has access to the community domain. There might be another god here which has access to the community domain, but I haven't gone through all of them, honestly. Last time I think there was this and maybe one more which had community. There are very few which has community. So we're gonna go Era still. And also fits with the portrait guy. We're Hunter, the bow god. Also, it fits with the lore, think about it. And she looked a little bit like she was some kind of ASMR, I think, on the portrait also. Or an elf, possibly. Community, domain. Why do we go community domain? Well, on level... Oh, it's 8! I thought it was 7. Ah, on level 8 you get Guarded Hearth. Guarded Hearth is probably the strongest ability in the game. It comes with one downside. It only acts in a small area, but here is what it does. At 8th level, you can create a ward that protects the specified area. Creating this ward is a full round action, sure. All friendly creatures in the area receive a sacred bonus, which stacks with all other bonuses, equal to your wisdom modifier, which is going to be like plus 10 late game, on all saving throws and attack rolls while inside the warding area. All saving throws. That's insane. All attack rolls gets plus 10. We're gonna hit everything guaranteed when we wins this thing. And they're always gonna miss us. This ward immediately ends if you leave the area. We're not gonna leave the area. Ward lasts for 1 hour per level in the class that we gave to this domain. So it essentially lasts forever. So what are we gonna do with the Guarded Hearth? We're not gonna just waste the Guarded Hearth in every battle. If there's an especially difficult battle, we're gonna cast down Guarded Hearth, and we're just gonna crush that battle, because plus 10 to all stats is like turns into easy mode. What used to be like 50-50 is now 100% chance for us to hit. What used to be 50-50% for them is now they cannot hit us. So, yeah, it's kind of insane. Of course we need wisdom. Wisdom is going to be the most important modifier here, because we need the wisdom modifier for our Guarded Hearth. We don't need any charisma. Don't need any intelligence. Do we need strength? There's an argument for strength, I guess, but no. And then I think I'll do something like... this looks pretty good. 20 wisdom, 18 constitution, 14 dexterity. You might ask now, why don't you go higher dexterity? You can go higher dexterity. Probably actually I'll do it on the next character. This character is going to be not the... Let's see here. Not the stealth character, so, so this is fine. We want to have high constitution. Generally I prefer constitution over dexterity as a defensive stat. But you say dexterity is going to work with the ranged attacks, of course. You're going to get a chance to hit. The thing is, this character, we're not going to hit unless we're in the guarded hearth with the arrows. You will see. You will hit 0% of the time when we're shooting with this character, even if we max out dexterity, and even if we pick up skills which make us better with a bow, we're going to hit 0% of the time. So instead what we're going to focus on with these characters is buffing up our animal companion, which is kind of the hunter's thing, is buffing up their animal companion. So we're going to focus on that, and we're not going to care too much about the bow until we get to level 8. Then we can actually start hitting things. Okay. So on this girl, we want... Let's see. Religion! What religion on this girl? And that's because we need someone to... Whenever we have to sleep, at some point we're gonna have to sleep. It's going to be inevitable that we need to sleep. And when that happens, we need someone who's good at religion, because if someone is good at religion, they can prevent us from getting corrupted when we sleep. So that's why I'm putting in religion there. Then I think, generally, I always like having a lot of people with high perception. This is like the gold skill. Oh, you can't even see. I'm sorry. Perception. Maybe I should move myself over to this side while I do this. And then I'll just transform myself also into a beast from the east, no? Like this. So I'm looking at this way. Okay, so perception. Whenever you're creating a character and you don't know what skill to take perception. It is the most useful skill in the game, except for, you know, now that they have like specific roles that you need to do when you're sleeping. Perception is really, really good. Perception makes you find things in the world, so that's whenever you see like a purple thing appearing on the map, that's because you have high perception. Okay. Next thing, we could add a little bit of stealth, or we could go trickery. We need people who can try at opening locks and stuff like that. Or we could go stealth, which could be good for when we need people to camouflage our camp. So I'm gonna go trickery, I think, with this girl. And then for skills, I'm actually gonna go, or for feats, I mean, I'm actually gonna go skill focus, lore religion. That's boosted up to 12 on our skills. And then, let's see here. I think there was a regional heritage, which gives you, adds lore to religion over class skills, and she also gains saving throw against demons. If I add this now, does this change anything? Lore religion 12? No? Okay. Doesn't change anything. She's already good at it. So then we don't need this. Then what we do with this girl is we go for there is a wanderer nomad. Here it is. The nomad its animal companions gets +3 bonus maximum hit points. It's kind of nice since we're kind of focused on our animal companion. For spells, okay, what I recommend is Cure Light Wounds, because we're gonna need as many people as possible that can heal. We're not gonna get that much healing out of a Cure Light Wounds, to be fair though. We're gonna get like 3 spells something, 3 d8s. It's not gonna be an insane amount, but it's gonna be a little bit. Then Magic Fang, I think, can be useful. We don't want to cast Magic Fang in most battles, because we want to use these to heal ourselves instead. Or mostly we want to use Cure Light Wounds to heal our animal companions, because we can't give potions to our animal companions. And then we want to use potions on our regular dudes. So we're gonna pick up Magical Fang, and that gives the ability to our pets to deal enhanced damage, and this is important because there are certain enemies, I don't know if we're gonna encounter them, but there are certain enemies in the game which cannot be dealt damage unless you have an enhancement bonus on you, on the weapon that you're using. So usually they don't have an enhancement bonus, but if you give Magic Fang your animal companions, they can actually fight whatever ghost or weird creatures that we can fight. So we're gonna have Magic Fang and Cure Light Wounds. Then there is an argument for going... I think Lawful is probably gonna be the most versatile to go when we go for alignment, because Lawful can allow you to multi-class into like lawfully restricted things. I guess there are things which are neutrally restricted also. I think Barbarians might be neutral or chaotic aligned or something like that. This allows us to go into Monk, for instance. This, I think, allows us to go into Barbarian if we want to. I don't think we want to. I'm like 99% sure we don't want to do that, but maybe, I don't know, for some weird reason. Okay, and I don't care too much about the appearance here. I'm just gonna select something that's... Oh, okay, didn't help. Didn't help. I think this girl needs to have a...
We shall overcome.
She is pious. She is all about religion. She's all about religion, and her name is going to be Amarikwa. Amarikwa? Does she look like an Amarikwa? I don't feel Lima either. I feel Yaslin. Yeah, Yaslin. I feel Yaslin.
Our path leads on.
That's a name I feel. Okay. And yeah, that is pretty good. We're gonna go another level of Divine Hunter, and then we're gonna pick up Lore Religion again. So now we have 13 in that. Gonna pick up more Trickery and more Perception. And then you would be tempted to pick up Precise Shot here, and you would not be wrong in doing so. But you would be wrong in doing so. Okay. The Precise Shot has, you can shoot or throw ranged weapons at an opponent engaged in melee without taking the standard -4 penalty on your attack roll. This is usually very good when you're using a ranged attack. The problem is that even, since we're such low level right now, even if we pick up Precise Shot, it will not do anything for us. We will still miss 100% of the time, because we have such, I think about like attack bonus 0 or something like that, or I mean +2 from our dexterity or something. So we're not gonna hit anything, even if we have Precise Shot. So Precise Shot is going to be wasted. Instead, we're going to go for Outflank. Whenever you and an ally who also has this feat is flanking the same creature, why are you picking up Outflank? You're going to use a bow. Well, if you pick up Outflank, that will also be added to your animal companion. And we are going to have 2 animal companions, and they're both going to have Outflank, so they are going to get that increased bonus, and they are going to actually be able to hit, because they have a really good attack bonus. So that's why we pick up Outflanker. And then for spells here, I think I'll pick up something that could be situationally useful, like Delay Poison or something. So if someone gets poisoned, that happens like all the time, so I think it's a good damn. We go Delay Poison. And that is the first character. Now we have the first... Now we have Religion, need to check that off. Next character, going to be more stealth based, so let's see. I need Experienced Fighter, 2000 gold. It's going to be, I know it's going to be boring because I'm going to create a very similar character again. This is going to be another bow character. She is going to be a hunter again. I know that's boring to have 2 of them, but we'll just have to live with that. And another divine hunter, of course. We're going to go ASMR again, but now we're going to go with the Plume Kit, which has dexterity and wisdom. Reason being, of course, this girl is going to be amazing at stealth. She will have a smile on. Again, Erastil, of course, so explain that. Community. And she's going to add, let's see here. You need to max out wisdom, that's most important. Charisma, no need. No need. No need for intelligence. No need for intelligence. We need a lot of dexterity. We can take that away. Do we even go... I could go like this. To max out dexterity. For the stealth. But I think that's a little bit too much, honestly. I think we don't need dexterity that much. So I'm gonna go 18 dexterity, 14 constitution. By the wisdom, yeah. And then with this girl, we're going to go stealth. And we're going to go perception. And we're going to go... What exactly? Mobility, maybe? I don't think it matters too much. Okay. With this girl, we're going to go skill, focus, stealth. Skill, focus, stealth. And it's just because we need someone who can camouflage our camp here. Then we want someone who has... I don't think we have a skill focus in... oh, it is a class skill, okay. Okay, then we don't need a class skill. So we can go background selection, and we can go with a nomad for this girl also, which is going to increase the hit points on our animal companion. We need Cure Light Wounds again. Magic Fang, but we already have Magic Fang. So I think I'll go Resist Energy on this girl, because we might, that's another thing that could be situationally useful. Maybe we'll go Neutral Good with you. We'll go same go. And Skin Tone a little bit. Just the hair just looks weird. That's me. I don't think I can do anything about it. Sure.
This
Looks.
will hurt.
This will hurt.
Someone else would make better use of this.
Does that fit her?
Aim carefully.
Yeah, that fits her. She also said aim, so. Mazuzi. Mazuzi. She Mazuzi? She could be a Mazuzi, honestly. She could be
My
Mazuzi.
skills exceed yours.
Yeah. That's it. And then Divine Hunter again. Stealth again. Perception again. And mobility, maybe? Yes. And we're gonna go outflank with you also. And then, let's see it. We have Delay Poison. We could go Long Strider. Gives extra speed. We'll go Long Strider. So, next up is going to be Kineticists. So, Kineticists are insane. If you don't know what a Kineticist does, I'm going to explain to you what a Kineticist does. Just 1 second. Gonna go to Kineticist. So the Kineticist is weird, because it's not like a wizard, it's not like a sorcerer, it's not like a cleric. It's its own thing. Kineticist has a resource called Burn, and that's based on his constitution, which is very, very good based on constitution, because of course constitution also adds to your HP, so having high constitution is always gonna be good. So the Kineticist has a thing called Blasts, which you can do, and that's a damaging spell, and then they have infusions, which can alter those blasts. So essentially, you can think of these blasts as spells, like damaging spells, evocation spells from sorcerers and wizards. They cast different evocation spells and stuff like that. I know that's not the entire truth, but it's similar, so you can think about it that way. Kineticists don't have spells, they have burn, so whenever they use a particularly powerful blast, they're going to take on points of burn, and that burn can only be reduced or removed by resting. Thing is though with Kineticists, they have many abilities, many spell-like abilities which can cast for 0 burn. This would be an equivalent maybe to a sorcerer wizard cantrips, but cantrips they're not strong. Like you never use cantrips with wizards and sorcerers because they're horrible. They don't do any damage, they're horrible. But with the Kineticists, their 0 burn things are insanely good. They're like insanely good. So you use them all the time. So I think Kineticists are really, really good for dealing damage, and they're really good because they never need to sleep. Like a wizard or a sorcerer needs to sleep all the time to replenish their spells. All the time. Sleep. Kineticist doesn't need to do that. So that's perfect. What we're gonna do with our main character, since we hardly can't sleep in this deck. First I thought she was gonna be like a damage dealer character. We're not gonna do that. Luckily I picked up Brown Fur Transmuter on her, which is actually perfect because of what we're gonna do with this party. She's just gonna cast long-lasting buffs on our party. That's going to be our main character's goal. She's not gonna be too engaged other than that. And she's going to try to go into her angel mythic path and try to use those abilities. The Kineticist is going to deal the bulk of the damage, which is not gonna come from the animal companions. Animal companions and kineticists are essentially gonna deal the damage. And the best, I've tried the different kineticists. I know that we lose out on a lot of things when we select blood kineticists. There are different subtypes here of kineticists. Kineticists have elements that I can use. They're earth, water, air, and fire. The 4 elements, right? So the blood kineticists cannot use all but air. They can only use the air element. They are Avatar The Last Airbender. But they're amazing. They're so amazing because they get this ability right here. It's called Rack. At first level, a blood kineticist can use her abilities to rack a target within 30 feet. That's pretty decent range. Arming the target by manipulating its blood from the inside. The target takes half the damage of the blood kineticist blast. Can attempt a fortitude save that reduces it to 1/4 the normal damage. But the damage is untyped and ignores damage reduction. This is good early game. This is good late game. This is good always. If you've played with any spell, you will know that, or any attack, you will know that Rack always hits. Always. There's no roll for Rack. There's no roll. Usually when you use blast, there's 2 types of blast, right? There's one blast which uses a ranged attack, also called you will never hit attack. On hardest table, you will never hit a ranged attack. Unless you're under the guarded heart, I guess, then you will. There's another type which uses a ranged touch attack. Ranged touch attacks ignores the armor of the target. It's just how easy it is to touch it. So if you're very agile and very fast, maybe it's hard to use a touch attack. But most things are going to have a significantly lower touch AC. So you're going to be able to actually hit them with a ranged touch attack. Rack doesn't even care about that, because some characters are actually really hard to hit even with ranged touch attack because they're so slinky. Rack ignores that also. And the other form of protection that characters have is that they can be like immune to different damage types, or they can have damage reduction. For instance, you can have like you might have seen like 5/adamantium, for instance. That means that it will always reduce 5 damage from any incoming damage source, except if it's from an adamantine weapon. This ignores all that. And it ignores resistances. For instance, you can have I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. You can have like a 10 fire resistance, then it has 10 less fire damage and so on. And you can be completely immune to an element. For instance, there might be fire elementals which are immune to fire, for instance. Ignores all of this. But then you will say, of course, this amazing ability is of course then going to cost a lot of resource, like going to cost a lot of burn. No, costs 0 burn. This is a first level form infusion that costs 0 burn and can be used with water and blood blasts. Yeah, it's very good. It's very good. That's all I can say. We are losing out on the other elements, and that's bad. Those things are really good. The being able to use all the elements. That is a big downside. I think the Rack upside is so big we cannot simply ignore it. We're gonna go for Tiefling for these guys. I'm gonna go with the Shackle. We need someone with, we need perception and we need knowledge. Oh, but the main character is going to the knowledge world, so that's fine. Now we just need, and we have perception on the other girl, so it's fine. The other girl had a lot of wisdom, so they're going to pass the perception checks. So it's going to be fine. So we're going to go with Shackleborn Kaito spawn with these guys. And that's because it gives Constitution and Charisma. There's no class in the game, unless I'm a dingus and missed it, because I went through all the different races. There's no race, I'm trying to say, there's no race which adds both Constitution and Dexterity, which would be ideal for this class. Just max out Constitution and Dexterity and you're done. Dexterity is because you're using sometimes ranged touch attack, for instance, which of course is based on your Dexterity. Get your Dexterity modifier to attack them. But here, there's no such class. So instead we're going to go with Shackleborn, because they get Constitution, which is the most important stat for us to increase, because that makes us able to take on more burn and stuff like that. They also get Web, which is a really useful spell. Really useful spell, and especially when you get this on this low level. And they get +1 natural armor bonus, because these guys can be quite tanky, honestly. They're going to be... they're not going to be as tanky as our animal companions, because we can buff them up to insane levels of tankiness. But these guys are going to be decently tanky. We're gonna go do with the Shackleborn character spawn. And we're not gonna use any charisma, any mental. All the mental stats can just dump. Strength. We need constitution. We need dexterity. And some strength. Guess some strength. Okay. So, yeah, that's it. And then we go on to this screen. And here we can go. We can actually go stealthier. And I would probably love to have more people with oh, okay, we can only go one skill. And I think stealth, right? Or do we go perception? We're gonna have so low perception, it's not gonna pass any checks out anyways. Okay, we'll go stealth. And then we're going to go dodge on this girl. This gives another +1 bonus to AC. Or did I think about something else here? We could also go for... point blank shot. Point blank shot. Yes. Point blank shot gives you +1 bonus on attack and damage rolls. We don't gonna need the attack roll while we're using rack, but we are gonna get +1 damage on our rack, which is going to be really good. And if you can see, the range on the rack is 30 feet, so this is always going to add +1 damage to our rack, which is good. Then I had a good idea for what to do. What to do here, but I really don't remember. I think I selected... I haven't written it down. I think I selected pickpocket for these girls, because you get stealth then, which I think you... as a class skill. Let's see here. Class skill. Oh, maybe you already have it as class skill. But you also get +2 bonus on initiative rolls. I don't think there's anything better really we could go for. We could maybe go for a craftsman, which can get fortitude save, but we're gonna have an insane fortitude save anyways. I don't know that the craftsman is gonna add anything. I think it's gonna be probably better to have a little bit of better initiative to get off the blasts earlier. So we're gonna go with pickpocket. We already have a really good initiative because we have such high dexterity, but now we have insane initiative, so yeah, sure. Go with that. Then we're gonna select water. I'm gonna go for the water blast, because we cannot select anything else, so we have to do it. Then there is the alignment thing. Here we could actually think about multi-classing these guys one level if we want to. I don't think we're gonna. But if we go lawful good, we can multi-class both paladin and monk, which I don't think we're gonna use. But if we come across an item, for instance, which is so good that we really want to put it on these characters, but it requires us to be a paladin or something, I don't know. Something. I have no idea such items. So we're gonna go lawful good. And also we're on the angelic mythic path, right? We're gonna try to be angels here, so.
Their life ends here.
The life ends here. And she's going to be a
The
madman.
road calls me. I'll take the bait.
Yes, and his name is Casidra. Beshka. Oh, Beshka sounds good.
I did it!
I did it! Okay, good. And then we are leveling up in Blood Kinesis again, adding some more stealth. And then what we're going to go with here is Kinetic Healer. For one burn, with a touch, you can heal a willing creature of an amount of damage equal to kinetic blast damage, which is actually quite a lot. I think the blast damage is like 12 or something. So you have a heal for 12. I think it's 8 to 12 or something. So a really good heal, which of course costs one burn, but we need as much healing as we can get in this party. So healer is good, and we also get Shroud of Water, which is an insanely good ability. Essentially, it just adds 4 to your armor class, but that's good. Do I need to tell you that's good? Okay. 2,000 gold coins. And we're gonna pick up another Blood Kineticist. I think these suit the Blood Kineticist thing. It's just me. Suits them. So we're gonna go for another Kineticist, and she's going to be a Blood Kineticist again. She's also going to be a Tiefling. And it's a little bit boring, because she's also going to be a Shackleborn, I guess. And I'm not using any of the new classes. I'd actually, if I went for a Sylvan Sorcerer, I would definitely have gone with Kitsune. Because Kitsune actually has the best selection of feats, because they have their own feat progression tree where they can get a lot of cool spells and stuff like that. So Kitsune I think is really good. The other ones are a little bit situational. Very situational, I feel like. Cool that they added them, but very situational rules for them. Kitsune though looks really good. Okay, so this girl, I need to think here, what are we doing? What are we doing? Constitution. Max it out. Dexterity. 18. Bloop. And we're gonna have... Okay, we have stealth already. We need someone with something different, right? But she can't do much else. Maybe she's the mobility girl. Or just so mobile. She's just so mobile. Have you seen that girl? She's just so mobile. Ever heard someone say that? Yep. I'm gonna think of pickpocket again with you for the initiative rolls. And then water blast. Yeah, this might not be the best if you roleplay, but I think we're kind of though. To be fair, it's not such a weird part. It's a little bit weird that we have 2 of each, I guess, but it's not. And also that we're maybe mixing ASMR and Tiefling, but at the same time, I mean, that's kind of cool. Kind of cool. Blue? I can be blue. I'll be blue. I'll be blue, WD. Sure.
Mere flesh wound.
Okay, but I think we've used everything. Have we used?
Move already.
You haven't used aggressive, I don't think. Nisha, no. Idrana. Listen, she has to sound like trouble, this girl. Eshka, no. Lintel. Ina. Ozoro. Oh, that sounds like a guy. Alisa. She could be Alisa. She could be. It doesn't sound like that much of a troublemaker, but slight troublemaker. Yeah. Blood can assist again. We'll add to that mobility. The mobile girl. And we are gonna go with... Let's see here. Healer. Healer. Yeah. And there it is. There is our insanely good party. We're gonna go and fight with these girls because else you're not gonna see how good this is. So we're gonna take away magic missile, which sounds counterintuitive, but the reason is we have to do this. The reason is we never want to cast spells with this girl. We only want to cast buffs with this girl from now on. We only want to cast. She's going to only be casting mage armor until she levels up and gets higher level spells. Until she gets level 2 spells, she's going to be a girl who casts mage armor. That's going to be a role. Maybe we'll even have sleep instead of... but Expedition... I love Expedition Street so much. I don't think I can live without it. I don't think I can live without it. I think it's possible. So we're gonna put mage armor there. Okay. Now then, we also need to level up our animal companions. Let's do that. I think the best one, I've looked at all of them, is going to be Razor. It might come back to bite us, because this ability that they get here gets disabled if they're wearing armor or light load. I don't think that the animal companions can wear armor, or may. I think that it says this because fast movement comes from the barbarian skill, and they've just like imported the fast movement skill. But I don't think animal companions can wear armor. But if they can wear armor, I'm going to be so sad that everyone's a Razor, because either we gonna wear the armor and not get the ability, or vice versa. So these guys are faster, which is really good, because these guys need to be very mobile on the battlefield. They also get evasion, of course, multi-attack, which everyone gets, and improved evasion later on. This evasion, improved evasion, every man gets this. On these guys, we're only gonna go perception. Perception. What else might we do, though? I don't think these can open locks. I would be surprised if they can open locks. Persuasion. They can persuade someone. That would be hilarious. I know that they can pass perception check. I don't know if they can pass these checks. I'm gonna add stealth, because I think that's makes sense that they could pass these checks. I don't think they can pass trickery checks. If they can pass trickery checks, they should definitely all have trickery. Okay, let's just try. Let's just try trickery. I know it makes no sense to give trickery to these guys, but maybe they can use trickery. Kill for objects, perhaps, I don't know. It would be insane if they could. We'll have them minesweeping. Oh, that would be amazing. We'll see that. We'll see if that works. There's a couple of good things we could go. So there's two things I would consider. Either we go dodge, which gives +1 to AC, which is good. Or we go skill focus perception, which adds +3 to our perception. I think both are equally good, honestly. But I'm gonna go with dodge, just to... I can take a little bit less damage. I think claw. Good name for you. Claw. And yeah, armor class 23. It's going to be higher though, don't worry about it. We're gonna get past 30 today. This guy's not gonna get hit. No. He's our tank. I'm gonna try a trigger. I don't think it's gonna work, but worst case, doesn't matter. And he's a razor. And we're gonna add, this time it's actually, we have a really good choice here. We can go weapon focus claw. You get +1 bonus on all attack rolls you make with using the selected weapon. No mind if I do, because this guy has 4 claws. And he's also called Claw. Oh, makes so much sense, doesn't it? Makes so much sense. Okay, how much time? Oh, 40 minutes. Okay, I wanted to also do some fighting today. Oh, I wanted to show off this part because this part is so good, it crushes everything. But okay, so we go Razor. And we're gonna go Perception. Have someone with trickery. Have mobility with you. We can pass the mobility check. We'll go Dodge. And we have claws. I think you need to be Fang, honestly. You need to be Fang. That's such a classic name. A beast like you. Okay. Perception. Razor. Perception. And let's see here. I think, I mean, it's... Do we ever not go weapon focus claw? It seems like such an obvious choice. Yeah, but okay. Yeah. Let's see here. Do we? 40 minutes. Frack, we don't have time to do any fighting. We're not gonna get into the fights. Oh, I'm so sad. I just wanted to show how amazing this party is. Also. Okay, maybe we rush to a fight. And then we come back here next episode and read, just to see how much this party, how amazing it is. Just to see how amazing it is, we're gonna do that. So we need to sleep just to get back our spells here.
In due time.
And then we go out. Okay, so... yes, I will talk to everyone here. Not everyone, maybe. Will you talk to every survivor, Chris? No, I will not. We're gonna come back and talk to them. I just want to get into combat so we can have a look at this thing. Let's see, we get you, and we get you, and we get you. And we accept this. We need one more companion, yes. I think the last companion might be an Eclipse Theurge. We might pick her up later also. Outflank, permanent outflank. These guys should also have outflank. Else I would be crying like a million tears if you don't have outflank now. And my companion Razor, you have dodge, a weapon focus. And I see you getting outflank. Abilities, beats, dodge, special abilities. Did you not get outflank? It says on the wiki, maybe there's a bug then. Maybe it will get patched later. It says on the wiki that if you select outflank, it will add the outflank bonus to your animal companions. Maybe it does this internally. Let's see. I thought that it did. I thought that it did because it said it on the wiki that it did. Okay. Sure. We'll go and fight. Now I can move to the right side. Okay, prepare to fight. Oh, you remember how much we've struggled before with every freaking fight. Now, look at this. Look at this shit. So, we're gonna switch these guys into Animal Focus Tiger. And we're gonna, with these girls, we're gonna go Shroud of Water. Add to their armor class. We're gonna add Rack as the spell that you're always gonna cast.
Together we
Let's see
stand.
here.
Shake a leg.
Let's shake a leg! Okay. Okay, these guys are always gonna cast this blast, perfect. You there, girl with flag, you're gonna cast
Yes.
armor on these girls, and then you're gonna cast armor on you.
Yes.
And then we can just go in and check our stats here. So, these girls have 19 armor class, 19 armor class, that's pretty decent. Shadow Water, Shackleborn, Dexterity bonus. 28. Okay, I thought we were gonna get 30, okay. We got 28, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, let's cruise. We need a new formation also. We need these guys in front. And let's see here, the tankist guys are actually gonna be the kineticists, so they can probably be here. And then we want formation like this. I think our main character is going to be the most squishy, so she's probably going to be somewhere there in the middle. It's gonna be, yeah, like this. Because now, no matter where they attack from, our main character is protected. Good.
I'm there.
And get into formation. And let's see
I'll
here.
take care of
What are you gonna cast during battle? Or are you just gonna shoot? You can cast Light Rain. Okay. Yeah, go for it.
My skills exceed yours.
Oh, we actually hit with a bow. That's pretty insane. Rack. We're not hitting that much with the bows. We're not hitting that much with the Smilans either. But the racks are coming in and nothing is hitting these Smilans. Like nothing. Did they take any damage? Of course they didn't. Of course they didn't. Masterwork Scythe, we'll pick that up. And this is how we stay alive, because we never take damage. And I know this was an easy fight, I know. But still. Compared to our last party, this feels like a dream. A dream! Last party could not do freaking anything. Maybe we'll just bring along Lan though. Just because, even though he's not good at fighting, to be fair, he is not good at fighting at all. I'm just gonna go here to fight a little bit. He actually knows that he's not good at fighting. And that I respect. Respect that so much. I respect Lan. Now it feels like the game is beginning. Now, oof, we've assembled the party of crushers. I think that unfortunately we have to do this. Ah, okay, this stays. This selection that we've done there. Okay, great. What is this about? Oh, it's kinetic healer. Okay, I see.
I will see this through.
And yeah, they get whole. This girl gets whole person, and this girl gets invisibility. Ah, that's fine. Animal focus. Moose. Did you say mouse? No, I said moose. Oh, dingus. Okay. Abrinakul. So, these guys have damage reductions, but of course all our racks are gonna just come through. You're not gonna have that. Let's see here. Do you still have mage armor? Yeah, still 42 minutes left on that mage armor. Great. We can see when this guy attacks now. Abricando. Abricando attacks Fang. So he has an attack bonus of 10. So to hit our Smilodons, he needs to roll 18 or higher on a d20. That's not gonna happen that often. I mean, it could happen. It could hit. But it's not likely. Unfortunately, our Smilodons are not hitting that much either. As you can see, there's a lot of misses coming in there. Like a lot of them. There's a rack. And there they are dead. I mean, that wasn't like super impressive, I guess. but at the same time, they had damage reduction. So the only thing that really does a lot of damage were the racks there. Oh, they actually hit one of the Smilodons, okay? But that's not a problem.
Let us not hesitate.
Because we can just patch him up. Elysium Thorium. Patch him up. Go on to the next battle. think you guys can handle this. Rack, 11. Some rackers. Or just eating them up. I know that these guys are also fighting, but... It would be cool if these Smilodons were also immune to negative energy, because that's most likely what they're going to hit with. Oh, we leveled up there. That's pretty nice. Rack. Where's that girl with flag, by the way? Oh, she's standing here. Casting Light of Angels. Oh, no. Someone got hit there. Misses. Wait, don't stand there. Don't stand too close to her. Oh, why aren't you casting this though?
Let the attack commence.
What? No, you need to cast this. Always, you need to cast this. Okay, good. Reveal it 11. Oh, they actually hit our Smilodons a little bit. Oh, they hit. Shooting us here. Or shooting at us. What we could do then is we could back off with you a little bit. You could down a healing potion. And you there. Oh, you also come with a set of potions. Nice. Now we should be out of... Oh, she's not out of range. Okay. Now they're out of range. Perfect. Rack. Oh, they're still not healed. Okay. Heal. And rack them. Rack them up. Good. I know that there's some visual bugs here, but we're still in beta. So this area is a little bit buggy. But yeah, that's pretty nice. And now when we eventually want to sleep, we have someone who can do religion, we have people who can do stealth, we have people who can do knowledge, we have people who can do perception. We have every base covered. Okay, gonna heal up you. Magritium Torio. Heal up the Smilodon. Magritium Torinos. Heal up the Smilodon. Magritium Torinos. Good, and I guess we'll level up, and that's probably gonna be it for this episode. So looking forward to more fighting with this party. So looking forward to it. Even though we're low level, I feel like we're already performing well for being low level. It's going to be much easier when we get to higher levels. So now we get Powerful Change, which makes us able to, whenever we use a Transmutation spell, can expend 1 point of our Arcane Reservoir as a free action. The spell grants a ability score, it increases it by 2. Which is nice. So, I mean, this girl is just gonna be the girl which covers all our base. Oh wait, do I have Persuasion on this girl? I mean, she could go for Persuasion though, to be fair. Doesn't matter. Yeah, sure. Persuasion, why not? Need someone that does Persuasion. And, let's see, do we go Arcane Armor Mastery? I was going for the thing where I go for armor on this guy. I don't know if it's gonna be super smart to do that, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Arcane Armor Mastery. And then we can use medium armor next time. This girl, maybe she'll survive a little bit more with that. So Transmutation does work. This will give +2. Yeah, I think we do Enlarge Person actually. Change the size of the creature, gains +2 bonus to strength, -2 penalty to dexterity. I think this is gonna work with our thing there, which adds +2 to any stats. I think we're gonna get +4 strength. That could be cool. Oh yeah, 2 spells. Another Transmutation spell maybe. Use Person? Maybe we do the Reduce Person also. We have anything else useful? All they have Expedition Street, we already have everything useful, I feel like. Yeah, do this. Wink! That's going to be it for today, everyone. I know it was mostly just character creation today, I know. But next time we're gonna get into battle, next time we're just gonna... this overpowered party, and at some point we're also gonna get one more companion. At some point. Thank you everyone so much for watching. See you next time. Member shout out! Boop, boop, boop.
member shoutout. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and a special thank you of course to the latest members of joined there, and they are Adam McCarthy, Jesse W, and there's no one else, but thank you. Thank you so much for joining. And that's about it for today, everyone. Thank you.
Hello, Daniel!
And you are?
It's me, the YouTube algorithm.
And well, what are you doing here?
I'm just here to take those views.
No, those are my views.
Oh, I can explain to you, senor. You see, you have subs 0% and non-subs 100%. That's why you can take all your views.
I guess it's time that you check out the little thing down there.